was the host. Who went on to become a World Cup champion in 2011 at the same venue. World Cup 2019. In 1992, New Zealand enjoyed a 7-match winning streak till they faced Pakistan in the final round-robin match at Christchurch. Pakistan's opener Ramiz Raza scored a century and helped his team to a 7-wicket win over New Zealand. Pakistan's batting legend Javed Miandad was run out in the quarter-final match against India after making 38 runs. This was Miandad's final outing in one-day international cricket after serving his team for 3 decades. West Indies won the Cricket World Cup in 1975 and 1979. Did you know that West Indies is also the first team to appear in the final of the World Cup twice in succession? West Indies also played the final in 1983 but lost to India. West Indies' Clive Lloyd and Australia's Ricky Ponting are the only two captains to have won the World Cup twice. Lloyd in 1975 and 1979 and Ponting in 2003 and 2007. India were bowled out for 183 runs against West Indies in the final of the 1983 World Cup. Assuming that India will lose the match, Kapil Dev and Mother Lal's wives went shopping in London. Trivia. Gary Gilmore of Australia bagged 11 wickets and was the highest wicket taker in the 1975 World Cup. Did you know that Gilmore played just 2 matches in the tournament? He took 6 wickets for 14 runs in the semi-final and 5 wickets for 48 runs in the final. Had a unique distinction of ending the 2011 World Cup and beginning the 2015 World Cup. Did you know the last ball of the 2011 World Cup was bowled by Nuwan Kulasekara and the first ball of the following World Cup in 2000? Was also bowled by Kulasekara. Sri Lanka and Pakistan have a lopsided rivalry when it comes to World Cup. Did you know? Sri Lanka has never won against Pakistan World Cup match in their 5 meetings. Afghanistan has the dubious record of bearing the heaviest loss in the World Cups. Did you know Afghanistan lost to Australia by 275 runs in the 2015 World Cup, which is the highest margin by runs in the World Cup. Afghanistan were also bundled out for 142 while chasing 480 runs.
World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia.
Afghanistan made their World Cup debut in 2015 as an associate nation, but in 2019 they will be playing as a test nation. Did you know this World Cup is the first World Cup where no associate nation is taking part in the quadrennial event? Afghanistan was the latest entrant to the World Cup when they took part in the 2015 edition. Did you know Afghanistan is only the 20th team in the world to have competed in the Cricket World Cup? Australian spinner Shane Warne was banned from the 2003 Cricket World Cup after he had failed a drug test. Did you know that Warne said that the pill he had taken was actually given to him by his mother?
World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia. World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia.
Zimbabwe had India on the ropes in their match against them in 1983 as the African side had India at 17 runs for the loss of 5 wickets. Indian captain Kapil Dev walked into bat when the score was 9 runs for the loss. Of 4 wickets and went on to play the best innings of his life in one-day cricket. That day, Kapil Dev scored an unbeaten 175. Mahmudullah, Bangladesh's only centurion in the World Cup, was outcaught to Shikhar Dhawan for 21 against India in the 2015 quarter-final. Did you know his dismissal became a point of controversy, and in Bangladesh, effigies of Pakistan umpire Aleem Dar were burnt as he adjusted out. Mashraf Mortaza is the most experienced Bangladeshi World Cupper. Did you know he will now be playing his 5th World Cup in 2019? He has represented Bangladesh in each World Cup since 2003. Australian bowler Ken McLeay took 6 wickets for 39 runs against India to guide his side to a 162-run win. Did you know that McLeay was actually born in England and later migrated and played for Australia?
World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia. World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia.
Kepler Wessels played his first World Cup for Australia in 1983. Did you know that Wessels later went on to has a dubious record to its name? Did you know Sri Lanka has the second highest World Cup losses under its Well, they have 35 losses, while Zimbabwe have 42 losses to its name. In reply to Australia's 417 runs, Afghanistan could only score 142 and lost the match by 275 runs. Did you know the extras were the third highest run getters in Afghanistan's innings? Australia gave away 20 extra runs. Samiullah Shenwari is the only Afghanistan cricketer to have won the man of the match in World Cup matches. Shenwari scored 96 runs against Scotland in the 2015 edition of the tournament to win the Commonwealth Award.
Cricket Trivia.
South Africa played their first World Cup in 1992 and it saw coloured uniforms for the players for the first time. Did you know at the first 4 World Cups, all players wore the traditional white uniform and red balls were used?
World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia. 2019. Cricket Trivia.
Pakistan were on the verge of getting knocked out of the 1992 World Cup as the side were bowled out for just 74 runs against England. Fortunately for Pakistan, rain interrupted the match when England's score was 24 for the loss of 1 wicket. Pakistan earned 1 point both teams. While Ian and Greg Chappell represented Australia, Sadiq and Mustaq played for Pakistan.
World Cup 2019. World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia.
AB de Villiers scored 162 not out from 66 balls against West Indies in 2015. This was also the highest strike rate for a batsman who had made a score. Team's total was 131 runs against India. Shehzad played his first World Cup in 2015 and will be seen again in 2019. Cricket is among the popular sport in Afghanistan. It is interesting to note that many sports
World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia.
Unable to digest their team's dismal show in a 2011 World Cup group match against West Indies, angry Bangladeshi fans stoned the West Indies team bus, which was making its way back to the in 1989. Did you know that Waqar Younis had to wait 7 years to play his first match in the World Cup only in 1996? Waqar did not play the 1992 World Cup in Australia and New Zealand.
Trivia.
Australia faced England in the final of the 1987 Cricket World Cup. England had beaten India and the Aussies had knocked out Pakistan in the semi-finals.
World Cup 2019. Trivia.
South Africa have been unlucky in rain-affected games. Heavy rain at Durban forced the umpires to stop the game after 45 overs, but no more play was possible. At 229 for 6, South Africa thought they were ahead on Duckworth-Lewis method, but were later informed they needed 230 runs. This meant that the game ended in a tie. When South Africa needed a win to progress to the next round.
World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia. World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia.
Australia were handed a 13-run defeat in their first match during the 1983 World Cup. Did you know that Australia was beaten in this match by non-test playing nation Zimbabwe, who were playing their first ever match in the World Cup?
World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia. World Cup 2019. Cricket Trivia.
Australian opener Mark Waugh scored 126 against India in the 1996 World Cup. Did you know? Was batting on 90 80 runs. Mark Waugh's effort gave Australia a 16-run win over India in Mumbai. During South Africa's 1999 World Cup opener against India, Captain Hansie Cronje and Alan Donald wore earpieces to get instructions from their coach Bob Woolmer. Did you know that India's Saurav Ganguly noticed Cronje talking and went to the on-field umpires to intervene, who then asked both Cronje and Donald to remove the equipment after consulting with the match referee. Before the semi-final of the 1987 World Cup against India, England opener Graham Gooch practiced the sweep shot for 2 days to blunt India. Spinners Maninder Singh and Ravi Shastri. Gooch employed the stroke to good effect and scored a century in that match. England won the encounter by 35 runs. The rest of the teams had to go through qualifiers to get a place in the World Cup. Two-time champions West Indies was not in the top 7 and had to go through the qualifiers for the World Cup tournament. England World Cup. Both teams scored 338 runs. Sachin Tendulkar scored a ton for India, while England captain Andrew Strauss made 158 runs. England were led by Owen Morgan during the 2015 World Cup. Morgan also represented Ireland in one-day internationals. He even represented Ireland in the 2007 Cricket World Cup. Bangladesh. Afghanistan's debut World Cup match was marred by a controversy. Did you know Afghanistan spinner Samiullah Shenwari was barred from bowling after he was found guilty of running on the pitch after he had bowled just 1.1 overs?
सही है
Former Pakistan captain Javed Miandad group encounter against West Indies. Miandad also took 2 wickets against Sri Lanka in the same tournament. Pakistan were the first Asian side to play in the semi-final of the Cricket World Cup in the 1997.
एक दिन की डिस्काउंट पे
One over due to slow over rate. Eventually, India won the match by 43 runs. A bizarre incident happened in Sydney when Pakistan faced India in the 1992 World Cup. Pakistan batsman Javed Miandad
अब डब्बा
They won it against Afghanistan by 275 runs in the 2015 World Cup, which was against a non-test playing nation. Did you know South Africa secured a 257-run win over West Indies in the 2015 World Cup, which is the highest margin against a test playing nation? Sachin Tendulkar scored 85 runs against Pakistan in the semi-final of the 2011 World Cup in Mohali as India beat their arch rivals by 29 runs. Captain Mahendra Singh Dhoni promoted himself over Yuvraj Singh in the batting order of the final of the 2011 World Cup. In his biopic, MS Dhoni, The Untold Story, Dhoni credits himself with this move. However, in another show, Australia sent a young and an inexperienced team to play in the 1979 World Cup. This team was led by young batsman Kim Hughes. Did you know that most of the Australian seniors were signed up to play in the Packer series? In the final of the 1975 World Cup, Lilly and Thompson were the last pair for Australia when Lilly was caught by over, the crowd ran onto the field. In the melee, the ball got lost and Lilly and Thompson ran across many times. Did you know that the umpires initially gave 2 runs to Australia, but after much arguing, awarded 3 runs to the side? India registered their first ever win in the World Cup when the side beat East Africa in 1975. This was the first time when a side registered a 10-wicket win in the history of one-day cricket. India lost all their 3 matches in the 1979 World Cup. Did you know that the Indian side even lost to non-test playing nation Sri Lanka by 47 runs? A special song, Bharat Vishwa Vijeta, was written by Indivar in honor of the 1983 victorious Indian team. The music was composed by Lata. Mangeshkar's brother, Hridaynath Mangeshkar, were not inside the circle. However, the umpire ruled in favor of the bowling team and Shenwari was out for 96 runs. Indian captain Saurav Ganguly's effigy was burnt. Rahul Dravid's car was smashed and Mohammad Kaif's home was vandalized following India's loss to World Cup in the group stage of the 2003 World Cup. Following India's loss to Australia in the group stage of the 2003 World Cup, the Indian team fought back and went on to play in the finals. Bangladesh gave away 29 extras in the maiden World Cup win over Pakistan. Did you know this was the joint top score? Contribution for Pakistan, which was made by Azhar Mahmood and Wasim Akram. Bangladesh was ably supported by the extras which Pakistan gave away in the famous 1999 World Cup encounter. Did you know Bangladesh's scorecard had 40 extras in their score of 223, second only to the score of 42 made by Akram Khan.
Cricket Trivia.
AB de Villiers scored an unbelievable 162 not out of just 66 balls versus West Indies in the 2015 World Cup. Did you know this was the fastest 150 not only in the World Cup but in ODI history too?
World Cup 2019.
ठीक है।